Hey everybody, welcome to my weekly podcast, Ninjago Chat. And today's topic will be about the new Ninjago trailer that just released, codename Hunted. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe for that. I'm sorry I didn't get this up early enough, knowing there's been other videos that have been talking about the show. I had severe stomach pain, so I was bedridden for a while, so just beware that. And basically, I did have this video up and edited one point, but it was being copyright claimed by Lego because I had the trailer at the start. Now, I took it down because I just wanted to see if they would do it, but they did. They didn't do it on a Japanese trailer, so, that's why right now you'll be seeing the trailer, without the sound. That's because for my channel, whenever I have sound with the stuff, I'll get copyright claimed. If I just have the picture and me talking, I'm very highly unlikely I'm going to get copyright claimed because I seem to get away with that. That's why the Japanese channel is because it's not English. It's weird, but some people get away with things too. I mean, I know a channel that gets away with anything. They're not part of Nintendo's ambassador program, and they get away with it. So anyway, without further ado, let's Hey everybody, welcome to my thoughts video on the new Ninjago Season 9 English trailer, codename Hunted. That's right, the subtitle for this season is Hunted. So before I start, I just want to make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and in the comments below let me know what you thought of the trailer. So anyway, first up, this season takes place obviously in both realms, Ninjago and the first, as we knew, ages ago before the trailer came out. And we also knew before the trailer, as officially announced on Twitter, there will be no focus characters. And the trailer has basically confirmed that there's no focus characters for this season. However, I've noticed one thing about one of the characters which I like. It's not that they're a focus character. It's not that they're a focus character, because they're not. And I never thought they were going to be a focus character, even before it was announced there's no focus characters. But there was something I am noticing that I like is Cole seems to be re-engaging his leadership role as leader of the ninjas. Now, if you'll remember, in the start of Ninjago, he was officially the leader of the ninjas, like the official leader where, the one who leads them down. He was the official leader. That ever since diminished a little bit, and the team just became a whole team. But this season and the season before, but this season mainly, he seems to be really coming back into that role. And I really like that. So that's one thing I liked about this trailer. Another thing about this trailer, which is in the first round, which is, I'm actually going to start off with all the first round stuff. And the thing is basically, first up, I just want to mention that the landscape, the vehicles, the enemies, and all that, they all basically like Mad Max stuff. I mean, if you look at the landscape, it's basically a desert, apocalyptic world, which, if you know what Mad Max is, you know what that means. And the vehicles, same thing. Like, compare the vehicles, I mean, it's just a Ninjago version of the Mad Max vehicles. And the enemies, too. I mean, I want to know if the creators were actually purposely doing this to make people think about it, because, it wouldn't be a first. I mean, the Sun's Countdown was... So anyway, it'd be really cool if they did it on purpose. Also in this, we also learn why Cole and is separated from, the rest of the ninjas, Kai, Jay, and Zane. The reason for this is because obviously they were captured. As we can see, with the trailer, where we see them running from the Dragon Hunters, which is, the Iron Baron and his crew, the Mad Max gang. Which, to be honest, Dragon Hunters just seem like a Mad Max gang name, so, So basically they get captured, and then we also see them get blindfolded, and then as they get unblindfolded, we meet the Iron Baron, which We also hear him talk for the first time. So here we also learn the function of the dragon hunters. Why they, capture dragons and all that. And basically, the reason is none of the reasons why people thought online and all that, or at least all the people I was chatting to on Discord and that, none of those reasons. The reason they do it is to basically harness their elemental powers for their own gain. So, for vehicles and their housing and their HQ building, building weapons and all that. That's what they use the dragons for, as well as entertainment. So, as you see in the trailer, you see, the ninjas in that Colosseum-like area, it's like a Colosseum, and then we see the dragon come out. Basically, that's where, obviously, the dragon hunters obviously had their entertainment. So they obviously had to pit 2 dragons against each other, which seemed most likely, and Endor had, they fought the dragons. So yeah, they probably do kill some dragons, but only for entertainment, no other reason. They just do it for entertainment, because, it's a Colosseum. It's like Roman Colosseum, where you had them fight where the Romans fought lions and each other, and they had all kinds of duels to the death. That's what it's basically spoofing for that. Here we also see our first look at the Dragon Blade, which is the Dragon Blade from the sets, which goes with dragon armor, or at least everyone assumes it goes with dragon armor. We actually don't know. Okay, because in the sets, it doesn't actually show it with the dragon armor. It's just, not exactly. So, and if it does, how does the dragon hunters get their hand on this weapon? That's what I want to know. So anyway, we also learn basically what the dragon armor can do, dragon blade can do, which is basically absorb the elemental powers of the ninjas, like can harness elemental powers. Like, I forget what they said exactly in the trailer. I'm not watching trailer we're doing, so anyway. So basically that's what the dragon blade does. Now, there's no, tie into what the dragon armor, to it belonging to the dragon armor, as I said, and or any evidence of why the ninjas needing to get the dragon armor at all. Like, there was no mention of dragon armor in this trailer, so we still have no clue about dragon armor. It's still just speculation and rumors for now. Also, we still know who's going to wear it when it gets found, but everything else, we don't know. I mean, it's a rumor who's going to wear it, but come on. Nearly 99% of YouTube and online communities say woo, so obviously. In mention of the dragon armor plot of this season, that hasn't been announced in the trailer yet, like there's been no evidence of it. There is still evidence of their current plot, which probably most likely will be the plot of the start of the season, before they discover the dragon armor's existence, which is basically freeing the dragons, or free the dragons, as that logo says on the sets. Here, where this part gets, when they mention stuff like this, like how they got to figure out how to be free the dragons in the trailer, there's also a similar thing, and gave me thoughts on How to Train Your Dragon, when you see Kai basically reaching out at the dragon, and the dragon that's locked up, he's got his hand up. If you look closely, it's kind of similar to the How to Train Your Dragon's symbol, where when Hiccup basically puts his hand up, and then all that. So it's very similar to that. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, How to Train Your Dragon. And in the comments below, let me know if you thought that too. Also, the Firstborn in the trailer does attack, so we know that the Firstborn will attack the HQ when it's still a thing, but we see the Firstborn attack it. Now, we don't know if this is the Firstborn. We really don't. We know it. I just know it looks exactly like the set, and the set is called Firstborn. We don't know if in the show what it means, what Firstborn means for the show, but anyway. Okay, so for the Ninjago side of the trailer, obviously it starts off with Devs mentioning it's been a week since Scarmdown's taken over Ninjago. Now, at the end of this, I will say something about Ninjago, about Garden actually taking over. How it says he's taking over, but I'll do that at the end. Anyway, so obviously Dale says that, which obviously, you know, it was mentioned that this would take place a week after. And so I like how they made Dale say that. But anyway, it shows obviously Borg Tower, which is, as you can see in the distance, you can see two sign things up there where obviously Gamdan is got his center. Because Borg Tower is actually basically in the center of Ninjago City. So it makes sense he would set up his, you know, little Empire castle thing there. And another thing I've noticed is the black stuff that's basically covering it, which is also from the Colossus. But if you look at it, it looks like, awfully looks like that black stuff that was in the Oni Temple. That was, you know, remember when they were jumping on those platforms and there was the black stuff underneath? If you don't go look back, it looks awfully like that, but in a hardened form, like Venom. A hardened form. And that stuff also looks like the Overlord goo that we saw. Remember when the Stone Army was mining that goo stuff for the Overlord back at the beginning of Ninjago? That's what it looks like. I mean, there's no connection to it. They haven't said any connection to it, but they haven't said there's no connection to it. They haven't said there's connection, or they haven't said there's no. So, you know, you can make up whatever you want, and I'm making up that it is something different, because, to be honest, it looked an awful lot. I would connect the dots. I would connect it. I mean, look at it. Plus, it would connect, you know, the Overlord to the first realm and all that, and the first Miniature Master. But anyway, so, you know, that's something that caught my eye. And also, as you can see, Ninjago is basically in ruins. You know, we got smashed cars, things on the side of the road, people running everywhere, signs on the ground, buildings collapsed, and also we know what caused it. It was the Colossus. So anyway, with that said, the plot basically obviously is Gamdan says to Humi and Mystery to find his son. So obviously he wants to find his son, which is interesting actually, because remember in the last season he actually said he had no son to his son, like in a very intimidating way. So why would he want to know his son is? Like, why would he care where his son is? He's already got Ninjago. He's already disowned his son. So why would he want? Maybe there's a little glimpse of good Gamdan inside, like a little glimpse that might be growing and taking back. I mean, we don't know, but I mean, come on. I mean, why would you want, and why would he care? He's already taken Ninjago, and clearly Lloyd can't stop him because Lloyd's powerful. Why would he care? I mean, granted, I have some theories on him taking Ninjago and how he actually shouldn't have been able to take Ninjago, but I'll get onto that a little bit later. So anyway, yeah, so that it was interesting. So anyway, with that said, we move on. We see obviously Nia and Lloyd and the rest of the gang, Dareth included, because obviously Dareth is part of the crew, because even though he's not actually, he's a brown ninja. He's Hot Wind. Wait, was it Hot Wind or Hot Air? It was one of them. I think it was Hot Wind or something. And basically they're running through the streets trying to escape obviously the Sons of Gamdan, who are hunting them down. Basically, that is why the season is called Hunted. So obviously they're hiding, doing whatever they can to hide. They run into Mistake, which is the tea lady. And she mentions how, you know, they're the hunted, which again quotes the subtitle of the show, and how they need to endure it. By that, by that she means, you know, create like a resistance, which gets referenced in this trailer as well. We then see the group surrounded by the Sons of Gamdan. Now we don't know whether I'm pretty sure this takes place before obviously they see Mistake and know all that, like before they end up getting away and hiding. And most likely, I would say this would be right at the start of the season. So then, once they obviously get running away from the Sons of Gamdan in the trailer, we then have Lloyd, who basically is revealed on TV, and basically making an inspiring speech to inspire people to rise up against Gamdan, and basically mentions the ninja never quit reference, but instead of saying ninja, says resistance. And obviously Gamdan isn't happy about, Lloyd's doing this and stirring up trouble, so he obviously sends the Colossus after them, and we see them escaping in this tank thing, which, looks very weird. Another scene that was interesting in this, that I found interesting, that I thought, oh, deja vu, is there's obviously, when he's giving the speech, he obviously flashes to a scene with two parents, their little girl, and she's holding a green ninja toy. Anyone else? And the home is pretty similar to, So anyway, when it comes to that, let me know if you saw any, similarities to previous season. I did. Saw a major one. And with the situation that's going on outside, it made sense that, to do this. It was like deja vu. Obviously, like we always knew, in this trailer, it's a little different to how they get shown than the Japanese trailer, but we see the Elemental Masters, so we see like Carlos, the invisible dude who I can't remember the name of, the toxic girl who I can't remember the name of. I know their minifigure name, but other than that, I don't know. We see Nero, which is the mine one. I'm pretty sure that's the mine guy. And then we see Griffin Turner, which is basically, he arrives in a very interesting fashion. I'm assuming they arrive at the point where they were surrounded in the trailer. If you look at the background of Griffin Turner, his part, you see that he, it's kind of got a bike. So I think he came there and they came to rescue them. And, the way he arrives, it's basically, it's something Flash would do. Batman would do in the comics. So it was like, wow. I mean, he's the Master of Speed. He's not Flash, but they did kind of spoof that. And obviously we see Scarlet, which is probably the one who sent the Elemental Masters. And I really want to see her in this season. I feel like she'll have a lot more to. In the tournament, I didn't really, get much. I mean, she's certainly better than Humi, but I didn't really care for Humi. She was just like a side character to this thing. Even when she was Spy, which I knew she would turn good, unlike Humi, who turned evil. I didn't really care for her that much. I thought she was just a side character for a romance character for Kai. But she has had some growth in the previous thing, and I hope in this season she gets a little bit more growth, because from what I've seen, she seems like she'll, have a lot more character progression in this, and that'd be really good to see. And finally, I want to mention the logo at the end of the trailer, where it basically has the logo of Ninjago, and then it says HUNTED underneath, and in the background. I want to mention a little thing I have to say about this. First up, I don't like it. But then again, I didn't like the Sons of Gamdan one either. The reason for this is because, well, the background, I know that both Sons of Gamdan and this are taking a more darker turn, but I miss the original versions of this. Like, I don't like this new background. It's just, I miss the original. And you can still have the original thing and the Weekend Whip theme song and still have a darker story, but it's like, I don't like this new one. And I did like Sons of Gamdan one. I miss the original, like, background thumbnail picture that you can see here. But you know what? I have to deal. It's annoying, but I have to deal. And last but not least, I just want to have a quick mention about how it says Gamdan's taken over Ninjago. Now, yes, obviously the show, he's taken over, and obviously that's how they've written the story, but, really, how it should have happened, or how it should have ended, if you all know where that is, why I mentioned that, then let me know. But, Gamdan and the Sons of Gamdan and Humi, the ninjas could have easily overpowered them by miles if they had just gotten all the Elemental Masters. I mean, even in the season trailer so far, we haven't seen any, we haven't even seen half of the Elemental Masters that exist. So if they had all the Elemental Masters, even with the parts that don't actually exist, I can't say them, but all the 17, because they're good now. Even Python. Yes, Python is evil still, but he's more of the one, he's more of a evil that wants to do it himself, and he is actually not a fan of Garmdan, good or evil. He wants to destroy both Garmdan and Lloyd. So he would help Lloyd to stop it and then stab Lloyd in the back kind of thing. So all that, plus there are other allies I can't think of right now, I know them, but there's other allies that they could turn to. Like with all that, they could easily overpower the Sons of Garmdan and Garmdan. And with all the elemental powers at their disposal, excluding Lloyd's and Skylar's, because apparently they're gone. Although I really think they should bring back... Anyway, because Skylar is actually the most powerful elemental master, but I'll get... I mean, if she had her powers, she could beat Garmdan easy, because as soon as she goes near Garmdan, she would have his power. Because his power is basically Lloyd's power. Just so you know, like, his power is exactly Lloyd's power. Okay, which kind of, in my mind, is... I have a theory on why Lloyd hasn't got his powers and why Garmdan has powers, but I've kind of... Yeah, I'll do that in another video. But yeah, so Skylar actually had her powers, and since she's got all the element powers, if she went near Garmdan, she would have his powers too. She would have to be even more powerful than the first Ninjago Master. Her elemental power is actually the most powerful. And if she went near the wind, that's even an extra power. You know, more is wind power. So, you know. Anyway, so excluding their powers though, all the elemental powers, and all those allies they have, and all the elemental masters using their powers, they could easily defeat Garmdan, easily defeat the Colossus, and easily defeat the Sons of Garmdan and Humi. Boom. Over. Done. So, you know, in reality, Garmdan, that's how it should have happened. I know they have to write a good story, but technically that's how it should happen. I mean, come on. So anyway, basically, that's my thoughts on the trailer and my little discussion about how Garmdan should have actually, in reality, would have lost, not won. But anyway, that does it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.